My name is Richard Belrock, and I'll be taking you through the briefing of TRI Amsterdam, taking place tomorrow, June 19. I hope you are all ready for it, and with this briefing I'm going to take you through the most important steps or deviations from the athlete guide that we published earlier. So I hope this will help you prepare for the best way for your race. We offer 4 distances at the True Kinetics TRI Amsterdam tomorrow. The middle distance, 1900 meters swim, 90k bike, 21k run. Standard distance, 1500 meters swim, 45k bike, and 10 kilometers run. And sprint distance, 750 meters swim, 20k bike, and 5k run. And the Kicathlon will be 500 meters swim, 20 kilometers on the bike, and 5 kilometers on the run. This is the schedule for today, for Saturday, June 18th, 2022. You can register and check in your bikes already today between 1 and 6. So for all distances, so for sprint, middle, standard, or the Decathlon, you can also already pick up your athlete bags and check in the bikes. You can also go to the expo. Some of our vendors are there. For instance, True Kinetics, our naming sponsor. You can test their True bike, have a power challenge, but you can also pick up your True Kinetics buff that is available to you. Just use the voucher from the athlete guide, hand it in at the True Kinetics stand, and they'll happily give you the buff. Here with the schedule for the Sunday, the race day. As you can see, at 6 a.m. we open registration for the late registration and the bike check-in. If you want to do that for the middle distance, you need to have completed all those preparations before 7:15. That's when we close the bike check-in for the middle distance and the registration. Because at 8, there's the start of the middle distance. At 9:30, we close the registration and bike check-in for the standard distance because they start at 10:15. And at 10:45, we stop the registration for the sprint distance and the bike check-in because they start at 11:30. At 11, also the registration and the bike check-in for the Kicathlon close because they start at 11:45. The limits, and this is a small deviation from our athlete guide where we had a mistake in there. The swim course for the middle distance closes at 9:30. 1 lap bike course limit is 11:45, and bike course limit entirely is at 1:45. That's when the bike course needs to be completed. And the run course limit is we have a run course limit for the 1 lap, so the first lap needs to be completed at 3. So there is some time to finish after that. There's no kind of end limit after that, but at 3 you have to be starting your last run lap. Also for the other distances there are no limits because they all fall within these limits. The award ceremony then at 1:15 we have the first award ceremony for our middle distance athletes who have finished by then. So the most complete categories that we can make, we'll do those. At 1:30 we have the award ceremony for sprint distance. At 2 for the standard distance, and at 3 we have the award ceremony for the remaining categories that were not finished yet at 1:15. So to celebrate all achievements, all finishers in all the categories. This is the event area that we set up with the finish line to the left of the rowing club RIC and the starting area all the way to the right to the harbor. So that's where you start your race. Swim course is over there with the transition area in between. In the area marked with 1 is where the registration area is. So that's where you find can pick up all your athlete bags and check in your bike in the transition area. From there, go towards the start. And of course, after the finish, you have there all the refreshments and celebrations of your achievement. The swim course. So the swim course is taking place in the Amstel River in the middle of Amsterdam. The middle distance, 1 lap of 1900k. 1900 meters, of course, not 1900k. Start from the swim area into towards the Berlage Bridge. Take a left-hand turn, then right towards the Utrechtse Brug, and then left again towards the finish. The standard distance will be 400 meters shorter, So not a bit less far towards the Berlagebrug and back again 1500 meters. So sprint will only go in and out towards the Utrechtsbrug, and the Kikkerland will take a shorter lap on that part. The current water temperature in the Amstel is 22 degrees Celsius, which is just on the edge of whether it's allowed or not. But when it stays 22 degrees, that means the wetsuits are forbidden for the sprint and standard distance, but they will be allowed for the middle distance. This is not the final announcement on this yet. The final call will be made 1 hour before the start by the officials. So keep a close ear out for last information regarding wetsuit usage on that day. The bike course. The bike course is taking from the city center of Amsterdam near Amstel Kwartier towards the outskirts of Oudekerk, Apkoude, Loenersloot, Baanbrugge, and back again. Um, for the standard distance, it's 1 lap of 45k. For the middle distance, it's 2 laps of 45k, making the 90k. For the sprint, it's a smaller distance, so 20k, but for the sprint and the kicathlon, where halfway there's a shortcut and you cut in between. Some things to consider, that it's not a traffic-free course. We keep it low on traffic. We close off as much as we can, but there are many residents living directly on the course, which we cannot contain in their houses for the whole day. So they are allowed to enter and exit their houses. So you might see cars on the road. We try to guide them with motorbikes. We try to limit it as much as we can, but we ask you as well to be prepared for that. Be aware, always keep right at all times because there can be traffic on the course, and that's especially on the middle distance and the standard distance courses near Het Gein, the top part here, and between Loenersloot and Baanbrugge, Apkoude in this end. So make sure you keep it safe. Keep to the rights as well, that people can overtake you, but also to keep a close eye, and then it should be all good. The run course, 2 laps for the middle distance, and for the of 10.5k, and for the standard distance 2 laps of 5k. For the sprint distance 1 lap of 5k, and for the kicathlon 1 lap of 5k. Good to know. I think in the athlete guide as well there was some unclarity about the direction of the course, but it's counterclockwise. So you start first towards here the Omval Bridge, Berlagebrug, and then into the park, and that's also the same for the standard sprint distance. So first kind of to the right and up, and then into the park and back again. All clear. Then, of course, the finish line is waiting there for you to celebrate all your victories. I want to thank you for your attention. I want you to have a great race and see you at the finish line.